Hello, hello. Good morning, thrill seekers. That's it. You nailed it, Graham. Nailed it. Hey everyone. Started a few minutes early. So I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs. Wow, it's a bit delayed today. That's okay. Hey everyone. A wizard is never early. No, that doesn't work, does it? And I'm not a wizard. So everyone, do you like my new haircut? Almost no hair. Almost bald. So I'm nothing like Gandalf. So Victoria in Australia is now in stage 4 lockdown. And hairdressers as of 11 o'clock today, Wednesday today, are shut down for at least 6 weeks. So I was at the hairdresser yesterday getting my hair cut, and I said to them, I said to the guy that cuts my hair, I normally get like number 1 clipper on the side. I said, how much more can you go, but still have a little bit of hair left? And he did it to a 0.5. I've never had my hair, I don't know which way to turn, I've never had my hair so short. My hair's fairly light colour down here as well, and so it looks like on camera I've got no hair there, but it's not bald. But yeah, I'm gonna have no haircut for 6 weeks. Having you mean just a complete head buzz? It'll grow back. I'll fertilise it, Julian. I'll just yeah. Grey? No, I haven't gone grey. I'm busting to go grey. I would love to have grey to my hair. I really would. I think it looks cool. Very distinguished. So how are you all going? At least I have hair, unlike you, Dean. Sorry, mate. Yeah. I got a very high peak here, and so I've always expected I was just gonna lose my hair, like at some point, but I haven't. So yeah, I should be grateful about that. I think if I started losing my hair, I think I'd just buzz it all off. I don't know. I'd look ridiculous. I would look so ridiculous. Anyway. So, let's quickly go back and see if I can say hi to everyone before the chat disappears. So, good morning, Fred, Flintstone, and Andy Mouse. Andy Mouse is here early. Wow. Adam Bryant, hello. Kepo Steve. I think I've lost a bunch of the chat. That could be why. Okay. Whoops. Oh, maybe not. Hi, Flynn. Good morning. Hi, Teddy. Hi, Nip Nip. Hello, Absidy. Did I say hi to Adam Bryant? Yeah, I did. Okay, wow, I'm already losing spot. Embedded Hobbyist, good morning. Christian, good morning. Hello, Alan. You're up early. Did you wet the bed? Hey, Michael. Hi, Paul. Hey, JTax. A charm high when they're putting the machines together. No, I think they're just not present when they're putting the machines together. Hey, Ezzy. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Rota. And Yuri. Albert. Fifuri161. Sorry if I got that wrong. Graham, hello. I love that. Good morning, Thrill Seekers. I really did. I thought that was good. Henrik, good morning. And Alex, hello again. You're not sticking on Peter's stream? I'm sad about Peter's stream. I'll talk about that in a moment. Intimate Tech, hello. Hey, Gary. Crazy Roops, Tabletronics, and Sven. And I don't know how to pronounce this one, but Thago, sorry. Andy Day, hello. Mayor Max here, woo. Photochromax, hello. And Julian. Yo, hi. Yo, hi. Is that like hello, hello? Hello, Mark. Yeah, it's almost bald. Have you shaved your head too, have you, Mark? Hey, Colin. You have that look as well. Why wasn't it much of a choice for you? Because it's all fallen out? You got hair on your head, Colin. Hello, Dean. And again, I'm just going to say, I'm going to call you B. Hi, B. Oh, I don't want to mispronounce your name. But I'm good. Hey, Yumbo Prime. Hey, Ian. Hey, Christopher White. Hello, Robert. Still scrolling. Sorry. You don't have a guard on the cutters when you cut your hair and you do it yourself. Yeah, I would never cut my own hair. No. It would look terrible. The only way I could cut my own hair is if I cut it all off. That would be the only way. Spring onion or Worcestershire sauce. What sauce are we talking about? Hey, Rob. Hey, Dave Hines. Hey, Ruggers Customs. I've missed a whole bunch of people. It must have jumped. Hey, Collie Dean. I'm going backwards. Hey, Stigby. Siverstein. Hello. From Norway, Tony McCann. Sorry. Apologise. Savage Electronics. Yeah, I've just skipped a whole bunch of stuff. Oh no. Joe, hello. Simon, hello. Somebody. Do you have a T12 soldering station? No, I don't have a T12 soldering station. I have a cheap ass Horuzdi soldering station from eBay. I got 2 of them. I love them. They're the best. Mr. Tada, hello. Cable Tie, hello. Yeah, I've just missed everyone. Wow. Hello, David Essa. Sorry, I'm still going backwards trying to find everyone. Hello, David Boyd. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't... Yeah, we've discussed this scrolling stuff every week. I don't understand why it doesn't work. Okay, I've now lost where I am. Adam P, hello. Paul, good morning. Gary, hello. Way too early in the morning, but glad to see this live. I'll cut my hair off when I do it. Yep. I'm not going to have a choice. Hey, Jet Tech. What? Is David Watts in the chat? Hello, David Watts, if you're in the chat. I didn't see your name, but someone's talking to you. Dinky Dad, hello. Haven't seen you for ages. How you doing? Hey, John McRae. Hello, Alona. Hey. Whoever... Is that Absidy who did that name change? Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, Mr. David Watts is in the chat. Hello, Mr. David Watts. How you doing? Good morning, Ian. It's easy. Bullent or Bullo? Bullo. I'll do Bullo. But I won't remember Bullo. Hey, Emery. Hey, Rat Madness. Wow, he didn't see it. What did I didn't see? Hang on, I'm scrolling back now. I told you the chat jumps and I can't... I've missed a whole bunch of people. What did I miss, David? Please tell me what I missed. Oh, okay, I can't scroll back that far. And now I've forgotten what I'm up to again. Hey, Roger. Hey, James. Mr. Agony. Hey, Johnny. Hi, Emma. And Polly. Hello, Polly. I've not met Polly. Hey, good looking. Hey, bald side head. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I have a choice. I gotta wear it now, don't I? It's not quite what I wanted, but what you gonna do? Wow, that took a long time to go through those names. Sorry, everyone. The evil me loves how confused Sion is right now. What did I miss? Who did I miss? It's... Anyway, I just want to say hi to everyone. I don't want to miss anyone. I feel bad if I miss people. And then I'm scrolling through and then it just goes and jumps and I lose like 2 pages of stuff. Hello, Simon. Anyway, let's get going. Well, the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 2 weeks. Well, that's right. It always grows back. It always grows back. Well, so far, my experience is it always grows back. But you never know. I just said hi to Emma's pink fluffy bear. Okay, that's fine. I said hi to Flynn's Nip Nip and Teddy before, so there's really not much difference, is it? Hey, Jonathan. I saved £100 by cutting my own hair during this whole thing. I can't come. Yeah, and there's no way I'm letting Yaz a pair of scissors or clippers near my head. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I do actually have one of those beard trimmer things, which I never use because I hate growing a beard. So I could always use that on my head if I really had to. Like, yeah, I don't know. You know, there are some people where you can't tell they've cut their own hair, and then there are some people where you can really tell that they didn't go to a hairdresser. I'd be the guy that you can really tell didn't go to a hairdresser. And then I'd be too embarrassed to go out in public. Not that I'm allowed to go out anymore. Yeah, 3mm buzz all over makes it easy to self-cut. Yeah, 3mm is too long. Like, yeah. Number 1 all over. That's right. Number 1 all over is nice and easy. I wouldn't do number 3. Like, I do number 1 on the sides normally. Yeah. I've got a round face. So, I like having my... Yeah, and what are we talking about hair for? Come on, guys. This is not a hairdressing channel. Hello, Todd. My hair is full on feral at this point. I'm alright with it. Well, I actually said to Yaz before I got my hair cut yesterday, maybe I just... Because I can't get it cut for 6 weeks... Maybe I just don't get it cut yesterday and just grow it long. But I don't think I could. I've tried growing it long before. Oh, didn't get far. Terrible. Really, really bad. Mark Zuckerberg cuts his own hair. Exactly. You see? There are some people that you can tell cut their own hair. And I'm not doing that. That's going to be me. It's not going to happen. Wear a hat. Yeah. Oh, I could. I definitely could. Unexpected barber. This is funny. I tell you what, it's freezing cold outside, and I'm actually really hot in here now because the heater's been on. I turned the heater on an hour and a half ago. I came out here early to turn it on. Cut Master Pro is my next project. Yeah. No. Oh, that'd be bad. I'd get sued. Hey, Zoom. I get sued. 0 on top and number 3 under the chin. Anyway. No, freezing cold as in 0 degrees. For Melbourne's pretty bad. My hair got long, so I tried to cut it myself. It went bad. Shaved head now. Yeah, that's what I'd end up with. You were up at 5 a.m. When do you sleep? I was up before. I get up at 4:45 on a stream day. I had to get up at 4:45 on Monday for Makercast. Did all of you catch Makercast on Brian's channel? I'm going to take my top off. I'm not wearing any Charm High today. No Charm High. Yeah. Whew. It's like a sauna in here. Oh, now I'm cold. Now I've got goosebumps. Let's start doing something already. I have to go to work tomorrow morning. Sorry, Mr. Tada. I got to go to work today as well. It's terrible. By heater, do you mean the Iron 6? What? Nice haircut by Charm High. Yeah, I paid for the deluxe edition. Okay, so I've got some news first, and no, it's nothing from Charm High. No news from Charm High. Yeah. Wish there was. No news. So, for those of you that caught the Makercast, I'm gonna switch camera. I need to turn some lights on because it's still quite dark. It's dark outside, and so there's no light coming in the window. I've got my camera on the other side today again because we're doing some soldering. Woohoo! But that's not what I was going to show you. But these, look, I've got them in a container. Don't matter. I've started production of my Nano. My little Nanos. These are all ready to go into the ultrasonic cleaner. And I think there are 25 or 26 here. And I've got more. Unfortunately, I have to rework quite a few of them because the pick and place is definitely not doing a great job on these. And so the problem with 0402 components on the pick and place machine. Can everyone hear me okay? I've got the microphones quite far away. I'll move it a bit closer. Hello, Ben. And hello to anyone I haven't said hi to, who's jumped in while I wasn't looking. Sound is fine? Okay, good. So the problem with 0402 parts on the pick and place machine when it doesn't place them properly and I have to hand fix them is that I end up with a part that doesn't have good paste on the pads underneath the part. So when it reflows, there's a very high chance that it's not going to reflow on both pads properly. So you take a resistor, for instance, and if you stuff around with repositioning it and you move the paste to the side or something on the pad, then as the solder comes back onto the pad, as the surface tension pulls the solder onto the pad, it actually pushes the part away or pushes the part up. And so you end up with a lot of parts that are soldered down on one side only, and it's a real pain in the ass, right? Like, it really is. Like, it's like you don't want to touch the parts on their pads before you reflow if you don't have to. But unfortunately, with my pick and place, I have to fix probably 50% of the parts. Now, the biggest problem is because I'm using SAC 305, so really high temp, like production paste on this thing, because it's going to get reflowed again by people who use it, then they're really difficult to rework. I have to use a really hot... Really? I didn't do anything and it went out of focus. It doesn't like me moving it around. Just lock it. Lock it, baby. Lock and load. Yeah, they're proving quite hard to rework, unfortunately. I might have to actually buy myself a really, really good hot air station. Like one that isn't a $99 eBay deal. Anyway, but these are my Nanos. So someone asked, will the Nanos be available on Mouser? No, I don't think so. My Tiny Pico is only available on Mouser because they're a Crowd Supply product, and so Crowd Supply shipping, because they're owned by Mouser. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Nanos. I'm probably only going to sell them myself. What's Tujuk saying? Use Chip Quick. It'll help with SAC. What do you mean? My 858's giving me the side eye. Hot plate. Yeah, right. So I'm going to get a... Okay, I'll get to the heat plate in a second. I don't know what Chip Quick's got to do with the SAC 305. So the SAC 305 I'm using is AIM, and it's water-based flux. I don't want to use a no-clean. So, okay, so I don't currently do on a hot plate, and I want to, and I went to buy... Oops. Wrong screen. I went to buy a hot plate the other day, and I can't find one. So there's only one I can get locally. And so the hot plate that I want to get is, like, it's $120 from AliExpress, right? The only one I can buy locally is $600. It's exactly the same, but $600. What a sad story you had to tell about another YouTuber. What? I don't know what you mean by that. Use a frying pan and some sand. Yeah, no, that's not really sustainable. I need a place that I can actually do it on my desk while I'm reworking under my microscope. I don't think Yuz will like me taking the microscope to the kitchen and installing it over the stove. Oh, right. No. The sad story is that Peter, or Esden, he settled on a new streaming time, which is the same time as me, And I'm not sad that he's streaming now because we've got different community targets. You know what I mean? Like, there's not really much crossover. But I'm sad because I can't join his streams now. Like, I jumped on for 5 minutes before I set up mine. But, so I used to miss his streams all the time because I didn't get notifications from Twitch. And now I'm finally getting notifications from Discord, but it just so happens that it's the same time as mine. So now I still can't catch his streams. And he streams about FPGA stuff, and I'm really interested in it, and I learn a lot from his streams. Right, so for $600, it would be better than not having one, and I should just pay the $600 and get it. But I feel like the guy's taking the piss because they're $120 with free shipping from AliExpress for exactly the same unit. But I can't wait 6 weeks or 8 weeks or never get it. Yeah, so like, I think it's the same one that you've got, Digicool Things. Hi, by the way. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to get myself a preheater. So yeah, I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. But it's $600. Like, it's... Do you understand how many nanos I have to sell just to make up the $600? Like, it's almost not worth selling my nanos. You know what I mean? How hot do the hot plates get? The one that Greg's got, Digicool Things, the one I'm looking at, like, they reckon it can go super high, but I don't know. So all I needed to do is get to like 150 degrees. I don't want to reflow the boards with it. I still want to use hot air, but I want to I want to use not as much heat in my hot air, like where I'm going to risk melting my hand. So I want to use the preheater to heat up a certain amount. That's right, it's more focused heat control. So I can get the board to 150 degrees, let's say, and then I can focus with the heat gun just on the one part or two parts I need to fix. I looked at using a 3D printer heated bed. I almost bought a Mark II clone replacement heater bed from Amazon to use that, but the problem with that is they don't get hot enough. Yours gets 120. The ones I was looking at, they're rated to like 90 to 100, but they're big, right? And I don't need big. Like, I need, yeah, anyway. I've never used one, but I've never had to rework SAC 305. So this is what I'll show you. What's interesting with the boards. So I've got a really large thermal pad on the bottom, right? And so if I need to rework anything on this side here, so sorry, the pad's on this side. Reworking everything over here is really easy. If I have to rework these three components here, and there's normally one resistor or one cap here I need to rework, they are impossible to reflow with the hot air gun because all of the heat gets sucked through into the thermal pad, relief pad on the bottom. What chip quick? What are you talking about? TJ Hook. Chip quick? What, using chip quick SAC 305? I don't understand how that would make any difference. A change of paste is not going to make it any easier. It's the temperature I need to do. It's a low heat reflow. No, I don't want low heat reflow. I use chip quick low temp paste. No. I use chip quick low temp paste for all my other boards. There is no such thing as low temp 305. What are you talking about? It doesn't exist. It's for rework only. What? Okay, I'm confused. What's for rework only? Can someone post a link to what it is that you're talking about? Because I use it all the time. Okay, post a link. What do you... Oh, you can't. Here, I'm going to make you a mod. Post a link to what you're talking about, please. Because maybe I'm missing something. Because getting a different brand SAC 305 is not going to help me. Low melt with long rework time. Yeah, what is... Give me a product number or something. I don't know what you're suggesting to me. Okay, here, cool. Oh, it's interesting. Right, let's find out what this is. Chip Quick Alloy. Okay, hang on. So what is this? It's the best solution in surface mount chip removal. I don't want to remove. It's an alloy that lowers the melting temp when applied. Right, but I don't want to remove the part. I just want to rework it. So introducing another substance, what is that going to do long term? Yeah, I don't want to use that for reworking, for soldering. I'm not taking the parts off. Almost as good as a sec party. So I don't want to leave anything like this on my boards that go out into production. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is not what I want. Yeah, no. I need to buy myself a preheater. That's the correct solution is a preheater. Like, you can actually buy proper rework stations, but they're really expensive. Like, some of them I was looking at were like between $3,000 to $7,000. You have to remove it afterwards. I also thought you meant rework the whole module. No, there's no. I don't need to swap any parts on the module. I just need to. I wish I could get my camera closer. There could be, for instance, just a resistor where one side of the pad just needs to, it just needs to be heated up. I need to push it down with some tweezers, right? The correct solution is to buy a proper pick and place machine. Sure, you could preheat on your 3D printer. I thought about preheating on my 3D printer, but it's not hot enough. Or maybe it is, but yeah, I don't know. Again, the problem with doing it on the 3D printer is I still need to apply 300 degrees heat to the component, right? Or with a hot air gun, 350 by the time the air travels and cools, whatever. So I don't know if I can put my hot air gun on my heat bed. It'll damage it, right? I need something that won't get damaged. Anyway, why aren't you getting one from Ali? Because I don't have 6 weeks to get one. I need one today. I need one yesterday. Yeah, I'm not going to do it to my 3D printer. Old kettle strip. Add temp control. Yeah, but I need anyway, okay. I don't want to make one. I'm not looking for. I mean, some people on Slack were suggesting different ways I could make something. I looked at like a camper stove. The problem is, again, I can't apply heat to it. I don't know what would happen to it over time if I apply heat to it, and it needs to be a steel surface. Like, I don't know what would happen with those, whatever the surface is on those camper stoves, sticking a nano on it. You know what I mean? If you use a silicon AC bed heater, probably will resist. Yeah. Look, there's specific tools designed for this. I just need to buy one. I just didn't want to pay $600 for something that was only worth $150. It was just annoying me that price was so high. Yeah, I need to use a preheater. That's what they're designed for. That's okay. I love the suggestions. I do love the suggestions, but I need something long term, something reliable. But as I said, $600 for a preheater, like the amount of nanos I'd need to sell to make up that is more than I'm probably going to sell. But that brings me to my next thing, and that is, oh no, I lost it. I closed it. 1 second. That is, yeah, the problem is getting them in time. Mike, hi Mike, by the way. That's the problem. I need something urgently. The next thing is I have added the Tiny Pico Nano to my Tiny Pico website. So here's my Nano. I thought I'd redo the battery size thing. In my experience from Europe, shipping from China has been a lot faster than in April. Yeah, it might be, but it's still going to be weeks and weeks, and I don't have weeks. Like, I need them now. I got people on the wait list. I've got people wanting this week type thing. You know, I've got stock, like, as I said, I've got the 25, 26 that I've got here. I mean, I can rework what I've got. No problem. It's just, it takes a long time. It's quite hard. Have you costed it as a complete build from a PCB manufacturer? I don't want to get them from a PCB manufacturer. I manufacture my own stuff. That's the point. Which is why I'm going to buy a proper preheater and not come up with a quick and nasty solution. Yeah, anyway, so what I've done, I've also put it on my store, on my Unexpected Maker store. Sold out though, but if you choose a pack, then you can put your address in and go on the wait list. And I've already got more people on the wait list than I have stock. So why have I not trained Flynn? Tiny Pico became great and smaller. Well, they're different. They're for different uses. Picture with the AA battery is really cool. Thank you. It is cool, I think. Wow, that's really big. I don't know why that's so big. And this is exciting. So I've also got footprints. So I made an eagle footprint for it. I should put a picture in here. And then Mark Olsen made me a KiCad footprint for it. And Kitan made me a Altium footprint for it. So if there's anyone here that's using, does the Tiny Pico run on 1.4? No, it's still a 3.3 volt microcontroller. It's an ESP32. Found some at DigiKey. You found what at DigiKey? If that's going to be a preheater and they're going to be like $1,000, then don't. Don't, Mark. Even Ali with DHL couldn't be $600. No, probably not. Oh, Catan's here. Hello. Where did I find such a big AA battery? Google. Anyway, if there's anyone using any oh, because the battery 1.5 volts. Right, I get it. Sorry, Julian. It's still early for me. Yeah, if anyone's using an ECAD tool that might want to use, forget about whether you want to use a Nano or not. If anyone's using an ECAD tool that you can make me a footprint for, let me know, please. Like, I don't know if you can make library parts for dip trace, for instance, but if you can, I'd love to add a dip trace. Oh, and Brian, of course, I forgot Brian. Brian made an easy EDA footprint. But that obviously is only linked online. Because you can't download the easy EDA ones directly, but here it is. There's this is the footprint. Hey James. Okay, I'll take a look. Been in a new window. Better not be taking the piss. Yeah, fine, whatever. So which one are we looking at? These are all hot air stations. These are not. Where's the preheater? These are rework stations. This is not what I'm wanting. Let's spend the stream looking at... Right, okay. Is that a vapor one, is it? Quartz preheating station. Yeah, it's a contactless one. It's a bit different. Is that the one that someone else was mentioning? The Uyu one? Wonder how hot they can go. So my problem is my Nano is tiny, right? I don't have a board that big. And I can't put the Nano on another board because it's going to suck all the heat out. So what I'm looking at is... let me just go over here for a second, just in case it comes up badly. I'll show you the link for the one I'm looking at to show you the idea of what it is. Right. So this is the type of thing I'm looking at, where my Nano sits directly on top on this heated bed. So 220 volts. I don't even know what the differences are between these different models. But okay, Julian, let us know if there's anything exciting. No, Amazon Australia doesn't have anything. As I said, there's only one on eBay that's local. Anyway, this is ideally what I'm looking for, because don't forget, it needs to be. I need to be able to put it underneath the microscope. No, I'm not using a Peltier and a heatsink. Hello, Zero himself. What are we buying? I need to buy a preheater, but I'm not buying anything right now. Okay, so that was one bit of news. The next bit of news is... Let me close that. And let me close that. Want to hide new crap high t-shirt graphics. The other bit of news I want to show you is... So... Just very quickly, so this is my parts running locally. This is my parts running live at myparts.io, which is pretty exciting. And what's exciting about this is, if I log out, hopefully if it doesn't break, I don't know if I've actually announced this publicly or not. Anyway, so myparts.io has actually got a front-facing website now, and I am about to, when I say about to, very soon about to start releasing out alpha access to my patrons, who will be the first people using it, who will be the first people, they'll be alpha testing it. Ha ha ha, good luck. I'm not even calling it a beta, I'm calling it an alpha. If anything, it's pre-alpha, but whatever. If you added barcodes to my part, count me in. Well, barcodes or QR codes? I do have QR code support. What is My Parts? My Parts is a parts management system that I have built. That I built primarily, I guess, for myself, but it's now for... I'm going to release it as a service, so you can track all your parts, and you can track all your stock, and you can generate projects, and then you can manage your BOM with all your parts and your stock, including costings. And I've even got some purchase management in here now, so you can go through all of your purchases and see all of your parts from your purchases. And you can include things like shipping costs and additional fees, and it recalculates all of your costings for your parts based on those. And what else has it got? Yeah. Of course it works, Michael. Why wouldn't it work? So yeah, this has taken a really long time. I'm using this myself, but making it usable, making it something that's usable by other people and stuff has taken me a really, really long time, and it's not quite there yet. Your password reset page has broken. You shouldn't be able to get to the password reset page. Which password reset page? This one? Forgot password? It might be. Yeah, I know. It's not ready yet, guys. Any link that isn't there throws a 404 on purpose. Which password reset? Password reset password? That looks okay to me. Why is it not looking okay to you? No, it doesn't automatically add a bad pick and place surcharge. Put it in Xeon and hit submit. What? Oh. Yeah, maybe. It's not... Well, you're not supposed to be able to reset your password yet. Because no one's got login access except for me. Yeah. Not finished yet. That's okay. Thinking about your application and that I need something like that for my own part, so happy that you're going to release it. I am, soon, eventually. A lot of work to do still. But the fact that it is live and working is pretty cool. Should I try to hack it yet? If you do, I will ban you from ever using it. I discorded you the page. Yeah, no, I got the page. Yeah. Yeah, it's, as I said, I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. But yeah. Anyway, so that's that. That's that bit of news. Now let's get back to... That's okay. No, that's fine. The Tinker Dad. I'm used to getting roasted. I love you all so much. It's all cool. Okay, shall we do some soldering? Let's do some soldering. Because that's what you all came for, right? I'm not all serious. What did I make it with? My fingers. No, it's all done in Django. Python. Hello, Scott. Scott's using his own name today. Do I have an ETA on the Feather and Pro S2? So my Feather production boards are here. I'll tell you why I have not made them. Dun, dun, dun. Where are they? Where are my Feather boards? Oh. Here they are. So, my Feather production boards are here, and I'm going to make them, except I've been trying to find black JST connectors and black quick connectors, and I just can't find anyone that'll sell me any at a price that I can afford. I'm currently not using Postgres, but anyway, we can talk about that another time. Regular Nick, is it Tenanute? Isn't that where you always go under, Scott? I don't know. Good luck finding the black connectors. Yeah, so I can buy black JST connectors, but I have to buy 8,000 at a time. So, you know, that kind of sours it a bit. And the only people, you ready for this one? The only people that are willing to sell me black quick connectors are Adafruit. I had a chat with Phil, and he's willing to sell me reels of the quick connectors. The only company I found that will sell me, ready for this one? The only company that I found that will sell me black quick stemmer connectors, the SH connectors, I have to buy a minimum order of 30,000, and they are twice the price that what Adafruit will sell them to me for. How crazy is that? Now, Scott, I don't think I've ever seen you not as I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it Tenanute? Whatever it is. Was it 8,000 from Adafruit? No, there's I think 1,500 on a reel. So that's the thing. So I have beige connectors right now. I've got the beige connectors, and that's what was going to go on this. I have thousands of beige connectors, but I really wanted black on the board, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I was holding out for black connectors before I made these. I might just make a couple of panels with the beige connectors anyway. So how much for 8,000 pieces? It's not the point. It's the fact that I'm never going to use 8,000 pieces. So, or that I have to buy them in quantities of 8,000. So if I need a rebuy, I have to buy another 8,000. That's the issue I've got. Get some of the red ones. Yeah, so JST do multicolor, but it's 8,000 no matter what color I get. So that's what's holding me up. Everything's ready to go. And the fact that I need to pick and place them on this machine, which I don't want to do. So the Feather S2, I was planning on going into production this week. The Pro S2, I have my final boards here for testing and RF matching before I get my panels made. But I haven't done it yet because I've been busy. So, yeah, very close. I'll buy 1,000 from me. Yeah, and the shipping alone will kill you. You actually found the black JSTs on AliExpress, Alibaba? I can't find anywhere. I've asked about 30 different companies on Alibaba to make me black ones, and they won't. What's the part number and the cost you are hoping for? Might have found somewhere. I don't have a part number because they don't exist. So, which one are you talking about, the JST or the SH? The SH doesn't exist as a black connector officially from JST. Anyone that provides them is a clone. JST do the PH connectors in black, but yeah, again, the only place you can buy less than 8,000 at a time is from Germany, JST Germany. Am I connected? It just said OBS disconnected. Yeah, disconnected, and then hopefully it's back. Are you back? Apparently OBS disconnected. Give me a thumbs up if we're back. We're back. Okay, cool. Sorry, just OBS. What was I saying? Now I've lost it. I don't know what I was talking about. What was it? Oh, that's right. So JST Germany haven't got back to me. 2 weeks, 5 emails, have not got back to me. So I can't even buy them from there. Really frustrating. Yeah. Why is everyone saying JST Germany? Oh, right, I stopped at that. Yep. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm going to have to probably stick to beige, which sucks. Because I've got other products I want to use black on. I've got other products that I want black JST connectors for. So, like, for instance... Oh, I can't show you that. Ugh! Not yet. I was going to show you something this week, but again, I'm waiting... So I've ordered a whole bunch of black screw terminals, but they had to come from Ali, and so I don't know when they're going to come. No, I'm not doing the 1-bit RC memory thing, Simon, because that's right now is a CircuitPython only thing, and it won't do anything for any other platform. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to go, and my board's already done when Scott had come up with that. So it doesn't make any sense for me to add a third button to my board to do a 1-button reset just for CircuitPython when it's not going to work on anything else. And Espressive, so I've been discussing, okay, more news. I've been working with Espressive on USB support and how it works in Arduino IDE and how it's going to work with the IDF. And so It's not CP only and uses the existing reset button. Well, it is CP only unless there's other people put code in to support it. So, you know, like it's not going to work with the Arduino IDE unless it's put in, right, but it's going to be put in the second stage bootloader by Espressive in the Arduino bootloader. So if they don't do that, it's not going to work in that, right? I mean, it could always be in code that you flash on your board. So, yeah, that, you know what I mean? Like, if I take a board with CircuitPython on it and then I go and stick in the Arduino IDE and flash it, from that point onwards, that button won't do anything anymore. I feel like it's still too early to come up to put an extra button on a board that may or may not work and confuse people. I think it's going to confuse people if it works in one development environment and not other ones. So, and the fact is, the double button thing to put it into, it's not an extra button. So you've got your reset button connected to another I/O and you're just reading the reset button through the RC circuit. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I thought you were using an extra button. Okay, maybe I got that bit wrong. Sorry about that, Scott. I must have been confused. Yeah, I understand it's just memory to remember that the reset was pushed. But how does that... Okay, so, whoa. So let's be clear. The thing that we're trying to solve is to not have to push reset, then download, then let go of reset to then get the board into download mode, right? The confusion I think a lot of people are having is that there are two USBs with the native USB. There's the built-in CDC and ROM, which is what we're trying to enable by pushing reset, by putting it into download mode. And then there's whatever the software USB stack is running when whatever you've flashed is on here, right? So Espressive have already solved this for the Arduino IDE. I worked with them on this. I'll have a look in a sec. Ev, hi by the way. They've already solved this for the Arduino IDE. So I can already plug this in. Okay, hang on. Let me just boot this up. We'll get to some soldering, I promise. So the double tap will trigger the factory partition. So enable the CDC, right? But the thing is, I don't want to enable the CDC. I don't have to enable the CDC. Well, let me show you. I'll show you what we came up with. Doesn't really matter which one. So this is just my funky LED code, but this is not, I'm going to flash. So if I go to tools, it doesn't really matter what I choose, but I'm going to choose my Feather S2. Now, if you look in tools right now, is that on screen? That's not on screen. Ah! Why does it do that? I have to move my screen over. Okay, you're going to see some of my chat. So if you look right now, there's nothing here for the port, right? if I plug my feather in, I know I've chopped some of my head off. Sorry. Just for the moment, I'm plugging my... Which bit can you see? I'm plugging my feather in. Right? It's plugged in. You can see there's a power light. Okay. If I now go to Tools and go to Port... Oh, look at that. USB modem, unexpected maker, Pro S2. I flashed it last time with my Pro S2 stuff. It recognizes what it is. I didn't have to put it into download mode. I can just flash it now. I can plug this in and out whenever I want to and flash it. So long as it's been flashed the first time, I can continue doing this in the Arduino IDE. I never have to do anything with the reset button or the download button. Right? So, Espressif are solving this differently to the double press idea. I understand what the double press is for CircuitPython to put it into the bootloader mode for the UF2, but the Arduino Espressif aren't implementing UF2, right? They're not implementing, like, they're doing their own stuff, and so so they're going to do the same thing with the IDF, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I just... The point is... Yeah, I don't know what the point is. I've lost my train of thought completely. Right, yeah, so they're not doing that, Scott. I discussed that with them. So that whole connect and disconnect to kick it, that's something that I think the Leonardo and one of the other original Arduinos did that had USB internal. That's what Arduino came up with, but Espressif don't want to do that either. So they're working on this other thing, which works fairly well. So what will happen though is if there is, for instance, CircuitPython on this board and you want to flash it on the Arduino IDE, you will have to put it into download mode the first time to have the CDC appear. The advantage of doing what they've done now, what I've got them to work on, is serial output automatically works now. So by default, serial output goes to UART 0. UART 0 is not internal USB. So the way they've got this working now is it automatically, when it understands it's supposed to be using the internal USB like it did on mine and came up with a name, it then automatically shunts serial out of the USB, not out of UART 0. So it's quite a complicated thing. That's the thing. That's what I said to Espressif. This is what I've been pushing for the whole time, is that for most people, they're just going to consider this as an ESP32, and they want to be able to just plug it in and use it and not push any buttons like they used to with every other ESP32 that has the auto reset on it. And so we need to make it work the same as that as much as possible. Is boot a button that you can use as a GPIO after booting? Yes. GPIO 0 becomes a normal IO after it's finished the boot process. And GPIO 0 is broken out on here. So 0 and the UART 0 is all broken out. You could technically flash this with an external programmer if you wanted to. But for me, I've been pushing Espressif to make this work as much like a normal board as possible, where you plug it in and it's just there and it works. You got to remember Espressif are also still fairly new to the whole having a USB in their chip, and this is, you know, it's been a learning process for them as well. But yeah, anyway, let's do some soldering. Sorry, folks. I probably lost most people in all of that, but then if you need USB bootloader, just read the boot and the second click. Right, or you can just push the 2-button sequence, the same thing, Mark. Like, it really doesn't matter. But, like, I don't have the RC stuff on my board, no. Not on the Pro S2, not on the Feather S2. In this point in time, I don't want to go back and redesign the boards or add them in and have to go through the whole process of testing and everything else again. Yeah, it's my revision 1 of my boards are done, and that's what I'm shipping. So yeah, that's the plan. No, not derailed, it's okay. Yay, Scott's working on Wi-Fi. Oh, Ev's link. Okay, I'm looking at Ev's link now. Thank you for reminding me. Although I don't know what he linked to. Yeah, they're the wrong connectors. I need SH, 1mm SH connectors. Yep, I found these. They're totally the wrong type of connector. Catch you later, cable tie. Sorry, mate. Sorry you have to work. Yeah, not the right connectors. I've spent days worth of hours combing through trying to find the connectors I'm after on Ali or on Alibaba or AliExpress, and as I said, I've contacted stacks of people. Most companies won't do black, and even though I say don't quote me unless you can do black, they still quote me on their beige yellow colour anyway, which pisses me off. Because then they follow me up, was our price good? And I go, no, it wasn't good because I didn't ask for that, I asked for black. Oh, but we don't do black. Well, then don't quote me. Just say you don't do black and move on. Anyway. Does the JustWorks thing still work if your code uses the USB as a peripheral? Obviously not. No, because then then you don't have access to the USB anymore. So, but that's why I've exposed all of the pins that you can connect an external programmer onto this thing if you wanted to. Hey, Akarish. Hey, veteran. On you hand. What? On your hand? On your wrist. On my what? Sorry, off topic. I'm just wondering, how do you like the watch? My Apple Watch, I love it. Why does it have to be black? Because I got a black board and they look really cool. I'd like to put black connectors on a black board. That's all. I don't understand why. Just like the whole previous PC era, where all the machines you buy a PC, it came in a beige box. Yeah, I don't understand why beige seems to be acceptable. Beige is the worst colour in general for anything. It's like plain vanilla. So make a white board. I don't want to make a white board. I want to make a black board. Why do I have to compromise my board? Yeah, headers are black. Why are connectors beige? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and they're not even all the same colour beige. Whatever it is. They call them yellow. Sometimes beige adds a nice contrast. Yeah, I'd rather black. I'd rather black. Okay, so now I have my fan. How's that for noise? Is that okay? Is that too noisy for everyone? I'll move that closer. Could you possibly make a pink board? No one makes pink that I know of. I mean, that discussion's happened a lot, but I want to make a black board. Fan is fine? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, that way I don't have to kill myself earlier than usual. Okay, buttons. So this is less soldering and more about installing stuff. Can everyone see okay? Is there enough light? I think there's enough light for now. So yeah, I'm out of Reflow Masters again. Surprise, surprise. So these are the ones I made on my pick and place. Sounds industrialish. So this is from my video the other day. Yeah, wasn't that a disaster? Hello, Serbia. Umera. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay. Buttons. I'm just going to load up a bunch. Zero, you can just buy yourself an IN6 instead. The antenna on the Tiny Pico Nano looks thick. Is it really thick, or does it just make because the Nano is so tiny? It's not really thick. Not compared to a... So there you go. That's really not that thick. If you look at the antenna on the Tiny Pico, it's a pretty small antenna. Yeah, the IN6 was expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. Much more than what you paid for yours. But I'd say it's much better. JLC PCB make black boards. Yes, I know they do. I have a whole bunch of them here. These are JLC PCB black boards. Yeah, it's just really tiny. So you can get thinner Fractus antennas, but their performance drops considerably. So I could have gone smaller for the antenna, but I didn't want to. I wanted a compromise between a good antenna, good quality antenna, that had really good characteristics, but something that I didn't need to, yeah. I think at some point I'm going to, I think when I run out of my next Tiny Pico boards, I'm going to stop using the Fractus antenna and move my Tiny Pico over to the Fractus antenna. You don't see a network. You mean you don't see a matching network? That is correct. There is no matching network on there. They didn't have to match it. There is no matching network. A matching network is only required if you need to match the 50 ohms. Like if you have a discrepancy and you need to match it. So in my case, I did a custom stack up with careful impedance matching, trace impedance matching, and I don't need a matching network. Because if you've got 50 ohms at the pin and 50 ohms at the antenna, and your trace is 50 ohms matched, then there's no matching network needed. The Frogo pins are terrible. Well, the pins are okay, but but that board, yeah. This board, I need to replace the board. I need to find somewhere that can make a better board, that can do really thin routing, because the sideways movement on these pins is bad. What I did though is I managed to build a little clamp thing, 3D printer clamp, that kind of holds the pins better. They don't shift as much, but they still shift a bit. It's better. It's definitely better. Short run regardless. Well, it's standard FR or impedance controlled. It's standard FR4, but I'm using a custom. I'm using impedance match trace based on a custom stack up. Not my own stack up, but on a specific stack up that allows me to. If you know what your stack up characteristics of your stack up exactly, and you can put it into a calculator. So you can really only do that if your antenna trace length is less than 1/10 of a wavelength, which mine is, right? I'm about, I don't know, 10 or 15% shorter than 1/10 of a wavelength. If it's longer than 1/10 of a wavelength, you need a matching network. You can't really get around that. Okay, I'm going to solder these. Start with these. Need some solder. 11.55. Yeah, 11. Mine's 11.58. So yeah, I'm pretty happy not needing to put a matching network on. It's less parts, less placement issues. And yeah, and I can keep it smaller. Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone like crazy and gone for a Rogers type, PCB. FR4 is fine for this. My very hacky internal RF testing that I do shows that my Nano's performance is on par with or better than my Tiny Pico, which was professionally matched. So, but it's also, yeah, it's very different. Trace length's different, and anyway. Any news on the crowdfunding CNC conversation? Crowdfunding CNC. Right, okay, another thing that's come up on my Discord, for those that saw. Wow, you got it for $60. That's really cool. So, one of my community members has started a GoFundMe campaign for me to replace my pick and place machine. So it wasn't prompted by me. He took it on himself to do it. I've been discussing it in my Discord, in just the general chat. I don't think I'm comfortable doing it. Yeah. Like, I appreciate what he was trying to do. But it's really hard to get this on camera. Sorry. Can you get a bit closer? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm comfortable. What if Ian's still in the chat? Ian, you're still in the chat? I'm gonna get told off. I don't think I'm comfortable with having the community raise funds for me to replace my pick and place machine. For lots of reasons. But I guess the main one is I feel like it's letting Charm High off the hook. Not that they're going to do anything about it. Yes, Ian's there. Like, they're not going to step up and do the right thing. We know that, right? The fact is, no communication from them at all. Whatever happened with that, whoever was in my chat last week, that was all bogus. That wasn't real. Yeah, no one from Charm High is interested in talking to me. In fact, I'm pretty sure they've blocked my email. And I'm pretty sure Kimmy's blocked my Skype. So, I think that ship has sailed. But I just feel like this is not something that the communities should be solving for me. As much as I appreciate it. I found black pH connector sold from One Pieces. Yeah, it's not the pH I need, it's the SH. As I said, don't be a martyr. Yeah, it's not me being a martyr. I'm going to make Simon a mod. Here we go. Simon is now a mod. I don't see how it makes me a martyr. By not accepting the community's help. A smarter? Does it make me a smarter? In a new window. What's CHF in an exchange rate? Like, what is that? How much is that in US dollars? Anyone know? Yeah, I know, but SparkFun and Cool Components, everyone else don't sell them. They resell them, right? I don't want to pay reseller prices. I want to pay wholesale prices. I want to buy wholesale. Yeah, 35 cents is way too expensive. You want to see me go apeshit on the pick and place machine? Yeah, that's too expensive. Oh wait, I'm not talking about the one piece one. So let's say the 1,000-piece one. So this one here. Oh, is that Swiss franc? Right, so that would be, so if it's 1 to 109, so what, that'd be about 16 cents? Okay, that's better. 16 cents each at 1,000. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll do some maths, okay. Yeah, okay, you meant 35 cents was the one-off. I wouldn't buy one off. Change currency at the top of the web page. Oh, here we go. Thank you. There we go. Right. Okay. But then I still have to solve the SH. Because I don't want to put one black and one beige. That'd be terrible. That's really cool. So these are the official JST ones. Because that's JST's code. How long is delivery? I don't know how long delivery is. And that's the thing. I'd need to, you know. Because if I buy black, I'm going to have to then, I can't start production. Okay, I'll definitely, thank you very much, Simon. That's awesome. That is really awesome. So as I said, I can get the SH from Adafruit. They're willing to sell me reels, but they're quite expensive. I mean, yeah. Because they're being resold, right? But when I say quite expensive, like compared to using beige, like they're, you know, 10 times, 11 times the price. Check on SF for bulk costs for the SH. Check on SF. What's SF? SF. Sorry, Rob. What's SF? I'm having maybe a mental thing. Oh, SparkFun. Yeah. Right. Okay. Do you have a link? I can. SparkFun. You need to contact them, right? Again, the thing is they're reselling, right? Like they like both Adafruit and SparkFun do like quantity break reselling, but they're still doing it as a not as a distributor, but as a retailer, maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah. 50 cents USD. We're talking about the individual ones, yeah. I mean, yes. Quick connectors, right. I mean, one-offs, 50 cents, yeah, obviously. Quantity discounts available. Volume sales pricing. Right, so they don't show it all. See, Adafruit show quantity pricing. But the fact that, yeah, it's still quantity pricing based on retail, I think. So, but these are custom made, right? I mean, Adafruit get theirs custom made. Try enter 1,000 in the box. It's not going to change the price. Yeah. No, you need to apply. Like 100 plus 45. But, you know. So even if they went to 40 cents for 1,000, it's still, you know, 20 times more than I'm paying for the beige ones. So, and it all adds up, unfortunately. Yup, that's the wrong screen. Okay. Is this the slowest soldering you've ever seen? Very hard to solder and chat. I meant to switch my soldering tip. That's really annoying. Totally forgot. Anyway, wanted to put a bigger tip on. I'll give you a tip, soldering tip. Put a bigger tip on. Okay. One more of these 4. He likes products from China. Who likes products from China? I'd prefer not to buy from China if I could avoid it. I think that the time you give to the chat here is probably worth the GoFundMe. What do you mean worth the GoFundMe? Look, I totally appreciate that folks want to help me out with my pick and place problem. I do. Like I feel completely, that's not the word, extremely grateful. I'm just not sure that it's something that should be solved by the community. Like, it's a business expense for me. You know what I mean? It's a, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know. Look, I've never been good at asking for help and accepting help. But, yeah, I don't know. Help by buying products. Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, there's lots of ways that the community can help me. And YouTube is part of your business, and the people doing this is business income. Maybe. I mean, I make very little of YouTube. I don't really consider that much of an income. If mine didn't work, I would appreciate that. I'd help, small donation here and there, but I probably wouldn't let it happen either. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel, yeah. People want to help fix this. Who are you to say? Exactly. So that's where I'm torn. Like, I feel like telling people that they're not allowed to help me that's not something I should be doing, right? I don't have that right. I get that. I totally get that. But how about the community buy my current one for, I don't know, 17,000? Why don't you stream on Twitch so I can give you Prime subscription? Because I stream on YouTube, because I can't stream on both, and my community's on YouTube, so that's where I stream. So awful picking on the pick and place machine people. Big meanie, not like they stole your money for a poop product. No, it's not like that at all. Honest, if YouTube's... Yeah, look, I'm torn. I haven't said... Oh, thank you, Bruce. Like, yeah, it's a really expensive product. Like, we're talking about a lot of money. And I guess that's what makes me feel the most uncomfortable. We're talking about a lot of money. And... yeah. So the comment about the CNC earlier up, so I'm just going to switch back to here. This is going nowhere, the soldering. The comment about the CNC earlier was the fact that if and when I do replace this machine, what I want to do with this machine is turn it into a CNC. I think that the way it's constructed, I'm going to move my camera, don't make anyone sick. Sorry, I hope I don't make anyone sick, I meant. Okay, so there it is. I reckon that if I ripped out all of the electronics and put some really good electronics in there, right? Got rid of the feeder bank stuff and everything else, I think, because of the way it's built, I think that could make a really good CNC. Small, like there's not a lot of Z height with that cover there, but I think I'd like to turn that into a CNC project if I can replace it with another pick and place machine, right? So it's really solid. It's not a good pick and place machine, but it's really solid, right? So the thought was that people make a stencil router. I don't know if I'd want to make my own stencils. Maybe a stencil printer so I could stencil. Anyway, so the thought was that maybe the funding was not about to replace the pick and place machine. The funding was to then fund a project to turn it into a CNC, right? That was one of the discussions. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a large sum of money. Are you still going to give the feeders a pasting? Possibly. Maybe not the neodyne feeders, because they do work better. It's still not good enough. So what the neodyne feeders has proven to me, that Charm High won't agree with, is the machine's faulty. Because they were claiming it's just the feeders, right? The neodyne feeders are at least 50 or 60% better, but they still require my air changes. So without my air changes, the neodyne feeders still bounce parts on paper tape as well. So that just proves, without a doubt, that the machine is faulty. Because, you know, they were saying the whole time the machine's not faulty, it's just the feeders. Not that they replaced them, not that they gave me my money back, not that they sent me electric feeders, but I've got it in writing from them that they say the feeders are faulty. But my neodyne feeders prove that it's both the feeders and the machine, right? I mean, Zero himself is having parts flipping and larger parts flipping on paper tape, right? So air feeders will always, yes, but not to the level mine are bouncing. Not every second part on a neodyne and every part on a Charm High feeder, or their clone ones, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, mine's not in an acceptable range. And because I'm doing mostly 0402, I'm seeing it all the time on all my parts, and it's really frustrating. So, let's do some headers. Try to keep soldering. So that's the thing. That's why I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. Oh, where's my little stand? Can never find my little stand when I need it. Hang on. Did I put it in here? I need to print more of them. Yes, I did. Woohoo! My little 3D printed stand. I had 6 of them. I've only got 1 left. I can't find them. I have to print some more. Just so I can do the headers. Compass does not ship to Australia. I already gave you the link on April 18th. Oh! Right. They don't ship to Australia. Well, there you go. Thanks, Dennis. Could be ESD making the parts jump. It could be. You know what the problem is? It's because it's a... how many million ohm resistor was it? That's straight. So here's the thing. I was speaking to Yaz about this, about my GoFundMe, and there's no point asking you guys what I should do, because I know what the answer is already. Right? And that doesn't change me feeling uncomfortable about it. So, and Ian's made it quite clear, especially on Discord, he's made it quite clear that I'm being a donkey's ass, or a donkey, about my thoughts on it. Microfunding option, like a 0 interest loan. For now, I'll just wait till I need something and buy it from me. Microfunding. I mean, there might be. Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's strange talk. What's strange? Maybe something someone else needs to set up. No, someone did do it. Someone did set up on my behalf. That's the point. I didn't set it up. Someone has set up a thing. We've discussed this before, Ian. Yes, and you've always made it very clear what your thoughts are on this. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hang on, let me find the link. I'll show you the link. I'm not asking people, don't back it. That's not why I'm showing the link. So Ben Baker, who is what's his name on Discord? Get away. Head Kaze, Head Kaze on Discord. Anyway, he set this up. So Ben, and let me know. And then what he's done, he's emailed me the thing to assign me as the recipient, the beneficiary, right? So that way it's clear that the money's going to me. But yeah, so I didn't set it up. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Ian. I know this is a problem with me and my thought process and being completely uncomfortable about it. But still, at the end of the day, like I just... My aim with all of this was never to get the community to help me. It was to get Charm High to step up and do the right thing. And I just can't see them doing it. Yeah, charity is hard to accept. You're right. I've never been comfortable with it. Yeah, look, my whole life I've done things my own way. I've gone my own way. Like, it's who I am. Like, I don't ask for help. I work it out myself. I nut it out myself. I don't know, like you I don't know if you remember or not how long it took me to set up a Patreon account and how uncomfortable I was doing that, and then how even after I launched it, I was uncomfortable, so I converted it all over to a pay what you want, because I hated the idea of putting in pricing tiers, because that just made me even more uncomfortable. Like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, Rob, oh yes, you remember. And from memory, Rob, you were the first or second person to jump in to support me on Patreon, and you've been there the whole time, amazingly. Right? And, you know, like the better way would be to allow people to create a credit on your store, then you would get cash flow short term. I've not accepted Ben's link to the beneficiary yet. I didn't want to do that until I know for sure I want to do it. Now, there's another problem, and that is that, and this is completely separate, that if I do accept this, if I do go ahead with this, right, or if I let Ben go ahead with it, I can't be the beneficiary. It can't be a personal, I can't personally be the beneficiary of this, because I will lose half of the money in tax. Or a large, very large portion of it I will lose in tax. So that's the thing as well. If my company can't be the beneficiary, then I can't do a GoFundMe. I would be devastated, completely devastated, if the community got together and raised 20 grand and then I had to give 10 grand to the tax man, right? Or 8 grand to the tax man. Like, I would be absolutely devastated. I would not allow a funding campaign to happen if that was the case. My videos are affecting Charm High sales. They absolutely are. But Charm High would rather suffer than put their hand up and say they did something wrong. A one-time tax-exempt gift. I don't know if that... Yes, there is such thing as that, but I don't know how that would work with something like this. I'd have to really look into it. I have written off this machine with Charm High. Yes, but that has nothing to do with the money you guys are raising. I'm talking about if you guys, with the GoFundMe, I'd have to find a way that money doesn't go to me. Just the way all my financials are structured, it would be catcher 0. Oh, it is a cultural difference, absolutely, but still, it's a cultural difference that's biting them in the ass. Also, can I just say something for those that didn't catch it? On my last video, I swore twice. I've never sworn in a video before. Doesn't that tell you something? Is it straight? It is. Yay. I might actually get one whole Reflow Master built today. You never know. Just goes to show you how my day went when I made that video. I actually swore twice in my video, and I didn't even edit it out. I was gonna. I apologized for it in the video. But They do help vent emotion, but I normally don't like doing that on my channel. I'm a strong believer in bad language isn't necessary to convey your feelings. I love swearing, don't get me wrong. I love swearing. But not on videos or in my stream. Depends on your version of what a swear word is, though. No, not... Right. Hey, Eric. His dress like a... Yeah, I love swearing. Yeah. But I think there's a time and a place. And I try to keep my channel as family friendly as possible. This Riffler Master needs to be hand signed as a one-off. What, the one that I actually finished today? It's a sign of intelligence. Being able to string 5 or 6 swear words together in a really creative way. It is. It's you know, it's definitely a skill. It's definitely a skill. I am going to finish these 4 today. I didn't check if it was straight. I'm going to finish these 4. And I'll do the rest after the stream. But so I'm going to have to make a decision on the GoFundMe pretty quickly. I can't leave Ben hanging. I think that's not fair. And it really just comes down to, am I prepared to accept people's charity or not? Hey Tom, didn't even see you, but hi and bye. Have a great day at work. Sorry, I'm so many people in the chat, I know. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to have to decide if it's something that I can... if I can come to terms with. Yeah, but I have to find out how I can not get hit with the tax, because then then it's just wasted money. I feel like people are wasting their money. So I'm just pulling out a whole bunch of these. So, pulling out screw terminals, which is the last thing that has to go on. Accept it and give it to some poor pensioner. Well, how about I just send you the link to be the beneficiary? Yeah. Yes, we don't want to do the tax thing. We don't want to do... Like, everything for me goes through my business. It has to. Yeah. Really? Here we go. There we go. Okay, let's get this one on. Yes, but Australia, funny money. Well, it might be funny money to other people, but it's still a lot of money. So I still haven't built a jig to put these on, but they go on fairly straight. So you can always give them a bit of a twist once they're soldered. So is Patron a tax issue? No, because that then goes to my PayPal, and my PayPal is a business PayPal. So if, for instance, if this money went... Well, I guess it depends on how it gets paid. Like, if it could get paid to my PayPal account, my business PayPal account, then it becomes business income. That's what I'm saying. I need to look into it, but I don't know if I can look into it until I've accepted it. I've tried. Like, I went onto the website and looked about all the, stuff about being a beneficiary. but it's not overly clear. I might need to email them. But that would be the first thing to solve. Like, obviously, putting it into my PayPal would take, you know, there'd be a nice PayPal fee, but that's going to be considerably less than paying tax on it. Okay, we've got one. Oh my god, I put these on the wrong way. They're supposed to be facing in. Oh! See, distracted. Oz has weird rules. Here it matters not the method, Vessel, only matter what you declare it as. No, in Australia they're very specific. Yeah. I got caught with PayPal last year because all my PayPal transactions were under my personal PayPal account, even though they were all business expenses. It was only used for business, but they taxed me on the income, but wouldn't let me declare any of what I spent in PayPal as business expenses. So, yeah, that turned out really badly for me, which is why I set up a business PayPal account. Okay, putting on the rework station, the solder sucker. Damn, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I better go get some flux. After when our first board done. No, well, it's not done. I need to switch the. I put the screw terminals the wrong way. Yeah, sorry. There's been a lot of chatting. I like chatting with you all. That's why I stream. That's why I stream every week. Even if I can't think of what I want to stream. Because I love chatting with you all. Okay. I'm going to need to flux this up. My big Amtech flux, which I'm just taking forever to go through. It's actually out of date now. Next time I buy flux, I'm going to buy a much smaller one. Should get a flux pen. Flux pens are terrible compared to this. This Amtech stuff's really good. But let's just start with one side. Okay, here we go. This is going to be noisy. What's Mark laughing at? You made something unexpected. No, it's always expected. Always. Okay. Oh, is it going to reach? Hopefully it's not clogged. Here we go. No, it's not clogged. Excellent. Oh, the header pin. I'm scared I'm gonna melt the headers. I'm gonna be careful here. Did I touch the header? No. Okay. Does the out of dateness actually cause issue? Nah, not that I've noticed for the flux. Well, that came right out. Yay! I finally learned how to use my. Oh, that flux is. Whew. Sorry if my solder thing's on the wrong way. Jinx followed me here. James. No, I'm pretty sure I've mastered my own level of soldering things the right way, of getting distracted. It's my own fault. Trying not to use too much flux. Okay, now the other side. You can smell it from there. Whoa! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's the, where am I going to put this now? It's boiling hot. And I've got, I need to get the stand. It's all the way under my desk. Where can I put this? I'm gonna rest it in my soldering iron holder. Don't fall. This is gonna be hot. Oh, it's not too hot. Okay. This bit fell. The bit that holds the, Oh, it's a bit hot. It's terrible construction. Okay. Haven't watched Louis Rosman's tutorials on using Flux then. Oh, I have. I bought this from him. I have absolutely watched his tutorials on using Flux. But I don't agree. Like, it's not that out of date. When does it expire? It's only a couple of months out of date. It's not terrible. I love that sound. Okay, one more. Again, next to the header. Gotta be careful. And fall out. Fell out. Yay! That's got to be my best desoldering solder sucker ever. Look, nice and clean. Wow. Okay. Now let's put them back in the right way. God, I'm a doofus. Whereas I want to start with reflowing SMDs. Should I go for a hot air station or a reflow oven? Go for a hot air station to start with. You're always going to want a hot air station for reworking anyway. Once you start doing SMDs, I think. Desoldering like a pro, unfortunately, my soldering is so bad. Yeah, that went really well, Colin. I was really happy with that. Yeah, so I would start with a hot air station and learn how to hot air. Because it's you know, hot airing badly is easy. Hot airing like with some skill takes some work, right? I believe. You know, you can brute force reflowing with a hot air station, but doing right by the solder paste is really important. Like just whacking a stack of heat on a component on a PCB to reflow it isn't really what you're supposed to be doing. You know, you're supposed to be warming it, you're supposed to be letting the flux activate first before you actually reflow the solder. So yeah, I'd go for a hot air station. And then when you need to do, you know, faster reflowing, then you do a reflow, like get a toaster oven or something. You're always going to use your hot air station if you're doing SMD. It'll never go to waste. It is the most used tool I've got in my office, by far. That and my microscope are the most used tool. The N terminal is wrong also. No, that's correct. The N terminal faces out. That one's correct. But thanks, Mark. You just want to see me desolder again? I mean, if you guys really want, I can finish soldering this and then I can do it again. I can desolder it again if you want. Haha, I made you look. Low air and then solder are slowly increasing as you learn. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of technique to learn with hot airing. Not a lot. You'll learn very quickly. But yeah, obviously keeping the airflow low so you don't make parts fly away is important. Learning to work with the two hands that way, you know, with tweezers and a hot air station. Okay, we have one board. Yay! Let's do another one. Let's get these right the first time. So I bought myself hundreds and hundreds more of these. God, it's really bright now, isn't it? Let's turn this down. Off alley of blue ones. These are the 508 millimeter pitch, and I bought hundreds of black 3.81 millimeter pitch ones for a project that I really want to show you all, but I need those to arrive first. So you'll need to give me mod so I can rickroll. You want to rickroll, do you? Okay, Johnny, I'll let you rickroll. Here we go. Everyone can be a mod. What did I miss? Hey, Quixotic Geeks. Yes, seriously, Hot Air Station's really, yeah. It's a really awesome tool to have, and it's an awesome skill to have, and it's quite satisfying being good at hot air rework, or just, yeah, I call it rework, but hot air reflow, whatever. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. And then the next step from there is to get yourself a toaster oven, but without a controller. I wouldn't invest in a controller for an oven straight away, honestly. Like I'm sitting here soldering reflow masters, and I'm telling you not to buy a reflow controller. Just do it with just watch it and do it with the door. Mod all the things, yeah. So, yeah, I spent stacks of time reflowing on my toaster oven without a controller before I designed the reflow master. It's definitely possible, definitely doable. Sean Hodgkins did it for ages, and that's how I learned, and that's where I did it too. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. And then, you know, if you're just doing occasional reflow, that's all you need. If you're doing more reflow more often, you know, and you're more about repeatable results, you know, if it's the same thing you're doing again, like you're doing a small run of boards or something, then you get yourself a controller for it. Or you jump in and buy like a T962, something like that. Ooh, look at that! Look how fast we're going now, folks. This is like, wow, such a fast production line. Okay, that's 3. Starship is going for the... Again, she's pressurized now. Well, sure, like you want to know that whatever oven you buy is actually capable of reflowing the temperature paste you want to buy. So that's the biggest thing that I find with when people get a toaster oven for reflowing, is they're not understanding what they want to reflow yet, and so they end up with an oven, you know, or they're new to reflow, so they just go and buy paste off eBay or somewhere, not really knowing what they're buying, and they end up buying like a high temp paste, and then, you know, most toaster ovens can't do a high temp paste. Bye, Andy Mouse. Catch you later. I love that song, Safety Dance. A basic relay and a thermocouple are not that bad if you can make some basic programming. Absolutely, you can definitely build your own reflow controller. It's pretty basic stuff. Like, it can be pretty basic stuff. It just needs to be the ability to turn the oven on and off to match a temperature. I guess, yeah. Other classic mistakes, buying too much paste. 50 grams last you forever. I'm on my, where is it? I just bought my 5th tub of 250 grams of my quick chip. I go through a lot of paste. A lot of paste. Johnny's still rickrolling, by the way, everyone. Not sure what his links are. I'm not looking. Okay, last ones. Okay, that is for Reflow Masters. Dun, dun, dun. Hope they work. Oh, they're not even on screen. For Reflow Masters. Oh, let's turn that off. Oh, now it's nice and quiet in here. Hey, John. So I've only got this many to go. That's okay. I can do them after. I think that was boring enough for everyone, don't you think? I can turn this light off now, because it's daylight outside. Yeah, that was boring enough for everyone. I'm back. So, yes. Just going to turn that off so I don't burn myself on my soldering iron. Hand sign those boards. Why would I sign these boards specifically? Like, these are not my firsts. I could. What's mesmerizing? Watching me build Reflow Masters? No way. Chip Quick Xeon. Because they're handmade. They're all handmade. What do you mean? These are the only ones I've ever done on a pick and place machine. And you saw how that turned out. I think I'll be doing them by hand from now on. For sure. Keep doing them by hand. Paul's laughing. As seen on stream. Yeah, I could do that. No, I'm endorsed by Scott Shawcroft is what I'm going to write. Endorsed by. Or quality control checked by community. There you go. No, I normally do these by hand. I've only ever built Reflow Masters manual pick and place. So you got to remember, when I had my other Charm High, the one that actually worked, that only ever had tiny Pico stuff on it, because that's all that could fit on it. So I was never able to build anything else on it. And on this machine, well, we saw the results on this machine. So I've always hand assembled my Reflow Masters. How many have I made? That's a really good question. I'd have to look at how many I've sold. I've made a few, a lot more than I ever thought I would. And everyone's going to tell me, oh, I told you so. Sorry. I get told that a lot. You sold a wave machine for those through all. I would love a solder wave machine, but it's not practical. They're quite expensive. And yeah, it's okay. Yeah, hand signing won't be anything here. YTQC, what does that mean? Oh, YouTube quality control? How many? Oh, wow, okay. About 140. Wow. 138. I've hand assembled 138 Reflow Masters. Am I using lead-free paste? Always. I only use lead-free paste. Yes. And I use my low temp generally for my boards, which you can't see because that's really bright. My quick chip low temp, and then I am obviously using the SAC 305, the super high temp for my nanos now, which I've always used. I've always used the high temp paste for the RAM on the back of my Tiny Picos. That's always been the SAC 305, and that's the low temp on the front. The model number is... I seem to type this in every stream. That's okay. Let me see if I can put it straight. How many backward terminals? This is the first time I've put terminals on backwards. The first time. So that is the model. The LT 250 just means a 250 gram jar. Maybe I can make it not so bright. Not really. So it's the TS391. It's a lead-free low temp. So 138 degree. It uses, and it's a T4, so it's smaller balls than T3. Need an option when ordering terminal direction. Or need an option when ordering working terminals or non-working terminals. Nobody has ever died from lead soldering. I don't think so, but still. What flux do you use? I use the Amtech. This is from Rosman. Can you read that? NC559V2F2TF something. Amtech. That's a lot of flux. I didn't know how much it was when I was getting it. That's a lot of flux. Seriously. Like 30cc doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But yeah, that's a lot of flux. I'll never use that much flux. I don't think I'll ever use that much flux. It's the real. Yeah, I bought the real stuff off Rosman. It took 2.5 weeks to get here by mail. I'm not using enough flux. I'm probably not using enough flux. My leaded paste is TS391AX. Yeah, no, this is the non-leaded. It uses bismuth, so it's SNBI AG. Synthetic no clean, but I'd rather water-based. I don't like no clean flux. Well, no, I have nothing against no clean. From a cleaning point of view, ultrasonic cleaning point of view, I much prefer water soluble, and so my SAC is water soluble. And unfortunately, you can't find water soluble, low temp, thermally stable. So I am remarkably flux lazy. No, I use quite a lot of flux. That's just a really, like, you don't have to use a lot. You got to remember when Lewis is videoing and he's showing you what he's working on and he puts stacks of flux on, yeah? He's reworking an 0402 part. It might look like stacks of flux, but it's in a space this big. Right? Yeah. Water soluble SAC. I'm fluxing lazy. I think all this stay at home has enabled me to follow all the conspiracy theories. Yeah, don't. Let's not even go there. No clean flux doesn't mean you don't need to clean it. That is the biggest. What's the word? Urban legend. That's an urban legend. That doesn't mean you don't need to clean it. It just means that if you don't clean it, it shouldn't damage the board long term. Right? That's all it means. But it's always going to look disgusting. If you don't clean it, it's going to look disgusting. That's why my stuff goes into an ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, Miss Neuro, yeah, or BS, but I like urban legend. Whatever. How are your kids handling the crap at the moment? They're not. They're not doing good at the moment. So, yeah, we're on stage 4 now. So we have a curfew from 8 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning. No one's allowed out of their home. Not allowed on the street. School's closed again, so our kids were back at school. Now they're not. They're back home. Yeah, and they're not coping overly well. They don't want to be home. My kids want to be at school. My kids need the structure. Bought an ultrasonic cleaner. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, they are awesome. But no, I do not use IPA. I use, again, I've brought it up a lot. I use a cleanium cleaner, but it's a non-chemical cleaner, so it's designed for water-based flux. I'm very lucky that it works on my no clean just on the low temp paste, but it's I would prefer to be using water-based everywhere. So yeah, I do have chemical cleaner for my ultrasonic cleaner, but it's toxic. Like, it's dangerous. Like, it's chemical. So like my cleaner, like, you don't put it down the drain. You could throw it in your garden, but it's not going to destroy the garden. Where the chemical stuff, yeah. Why do you use high temp and low temp? I would always use low temp if I could, because it's really easy to reflow and really easy to rework. Hey Julian, you're back. You missed all the soldering. You missed the desoldering. You missed me putting in my components the screw terminals the wrong way around and having to desolder them. I use high and low on the Tiny Pico because the RAM goes on first and it does high, and then I never have to worry about being careful when I reflow the top, right? Because that's low temp. So it's just a convenience. I could technically use low temp on both sides. Give my love to your kids and tell them when understand how hard all the changes are. I will, thank you. Yeah, look, they're being troopers, but they're just, because of their ASD, they need structure, and home schooling is not structure for them. You haven't done any soldering for several months? Wow. You've been doing a lot of breakdowns and stuff, you know, pulling stuff apart on your channel, Julian. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen you doing soldering for a while. With components on both faces, 2 temperatures are not needed. You can absolutely do the same temperature on both sides. You can reflow stuff that's already reflowed on the bottom, and no problem. The surface tension will keep it there. Unless you knock it or you do something silly, you can absolutely do same temperature both sides. I've done it before. But it's easier to do 2 temperatures if you can. Right, but YouTubing all day means she's not doing any schoolwork, right? So, like, all this going into high school next year, she needs to do her schoolwork, unfortunately. No, it won't fall off. Surface tension will keep it there. Unless you knock it or you bang it, or when you put it down on a tray, if it's resting on that part, that's not great. You need to suspend it. But no, it shouldn't fall off. Surface tension will keep it there. Or it depends on the component, right? So I should say, like, if it's a big whopping electrolytic cap, surface mount cap that's sitting on the bottom of the board, well, that might fall off because it's got a lot of weight. But for a SOIC 8 little IC, that doesn't fall off. There's enough, with the pins, there's enough thermal tension on the solder that holds it in place and it doesn't fall. Yeah, but it's just convenient to do both. James is going. Catch you, James. Thanks for joining, mate. It's good to see you. What's the time? Wow, it's been 2 hours. I missed the 2-hour thing. They're stopping at 2 hours. Aren't glue dots usually when stuff gets wave soldered? No, normally you'd wave solder after you've reflowed. Oh, you're talking about gluing stuff to be wave soldered? No. There's a lot of stuff gets glued, dot glued. Surface mount, like if you're doing screens on a production line, or large capacitors generally, surface mount, like large electrolytics, will get glued on first if your machine supports it. Is tombstoning an issue when you reflow the whole board? When I'm using hot air, there's always one part that tombstones. It can be. It depends on how the part's positioned on the board and how much paste there is holding it there. So you got to remember, when solder is reflowing, the surface tension sucks it into the pads. Hey Yaz. Morning everyone. Not good. Right. Oops. I guess the day started bad in the house. So as the solder's being pulled onto the pads, it's going to pull the part in one direction or another. That's tombstoning generally happens because one end of the part's not evenly on the pad well. So when it gets pulled, it gets yanked, and then sometimes it can pop up. Tombstoning can happen anywhere. It's more to do with how the part's placed and how the paste is put on than the process of reflowing. But obviously the air from a reflow, a hot air gun, if the air's too strong, it can push the part as well, which might make it pop. Some people use preheater when SMD soldering using hot air. There's no reason why not use a preheater. It depends on how hot the hot air stuff is. Definitely don't need it for a low temp paste. Here it's moving on to later in the afternoon. Oh, Yaz has come and Yaz is gone. Oh, Emery went. Catch you later. Have a good day. Look, I think I'm done. I'll finish the rest. What I did want to do today, actually, I was going to do on stream, but clearly ran out of time. I need to build some more of my displays, my IPS displays. I was going to paste some of these up and build these on stream, but clearly I can't get anything done when I'm soldering. So, catch you later, James. 2 Jameses going. The day is young, so I need to build some more of these today. Again, can't pick and place these. So these will be hand done, but there's only 4 components per board. 4 unique components per board. So, got to do those today. I'm still, working on catching up on production, unfortunately. Is it advisable to use conformal coating after finish all? No, you'd only put conformal coating on if you need it protected by the weather. Otherwise conformal coating is not really needed. It's more to do with if stuff's going to be exposed to any moisture. What is the slowest you can run a P&P machine? Does the suction fail if the parts on the nozzle too long? Well, the slowest on the machine depends on the machine. Slow doesn't necessarily mean better. Machines are normally tuned to run at a particular speed, and if you run them slower, then all the acceleration values and stuff are wrong. You can get vibration. Most machines will have a maximum part height, and they're normally pretty small on the cheaper end machines, like 5mm. So when you say parts are too long, you mean too tall or too wide? If you've got the right nozzle, if you're using the right nozzle for the part, you shouldn't have a problem with parts falling off. Well, my machine does, but that's something totally different. It's Wednesday. Hello, Chris. You are late. You are late. So yeah, if you're talking about height, David, most have a maximum height about 5 millimeters. I've got to say 5 millimeters, which isn't a lot. You can't really get a good size electrolytic cap on those. Glad you managed to remove the duck tattoo you got on your face on Monday morning. Yeah, that was funny. I saw that first before anyone commented, so I started getting my head in the right spot to get the duck over my face. Thought that was pretty funny. Okay, well, I think, because I'm out of coffee, and it's been going over 2 hours, and the fact that Yaz hasn't come back online to keep chatting means that I probably need to go in the house and find out what's going on. So, thank you all for watching. Growly, there's some birds. Definitely some birds. Oh, where was Mr. Andy Calloway today? Speaking of Crowley. No, for Jay, listen till fall asleep. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the outcome on that decision too, Rob. Thanks for joining, Scott, and sticking around. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Hope the Wi-Fi is going well. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. Bye, everyone. I'm going to do some unexpected parenting. Hope you all have a fantastic night if you're going to sleep, and a fantastic day if it's daytime. Whenever. Yeah. I'll catch you all soon. Maybe one day I'll have some Charm High news. I doubt it, but we'll see. I can always hold on to some hope. Bye, everyone. Okay, I'm going to call it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep waffling forever. Have a great time. Catch you later.